Splash. Here's Splash. Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals. It's 12:37 p.m. and I am cutting up my first watermelon of the year. I'm so excited. This is a big occasion for me because I love watermelon. And Sammy, Ziggy, Goldie, and Nancy were meowing at me because they wanted to try it. And I put a little bit on a plate for them. They sniffed it and walked away. They're like, we don't want any watermelon. It's 2:20 p.m. and here's Ringo. He looks so comfortable. Hey, Ringo. Here's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. The cats have some packing paper. They've been enjoying that. Here's Richard. There's Ziggy. She's laying behind the curtain. I was relaxing on the couch for a little while watching a video, and the cats are really happy that I'm hanging out with them today. Relaxing with them. And here's Nancy. I don't know where she was. Look, Sammy, Richard, and Nancy. There's Simba. Hey, Simba. And here's Splash. Hey, Splash. I believe Stella's under the bed. Sometimes Stella just likes to be alone, so she went under the bed. And here's Boo. He's in his room. Hello, Boo. So all of the cats are together today, except for Boo, because I had to go out earlier. I was out for maybe like an hour, from like 11 to 12. And sometimes when I'm out, I like to separate Boo from the Lucky Seven, just because Nancy could be nasty to him sometimes, and I just don't need to overly stress him out. It's 10:53 p.m. and the cats are eating dinner really late. I have to get myself off of this schedule and back onto a normal schedule. They're having some homemade chunky beef that I just made right before I served it to them. I have to go to the poultry farm maybe tomorrow. Oh, Stella just finished. Tomorrow's like my first day trying to get back into a normal work routine and a normal like video routine, starting to edit again and get some videos posted. So it's either tomorrow or the next day, but maybe what I should do is go to the poultry farm tomorrow and then actually make the food the next day. And then what I also have to do is scrub out all of the litter boxes. I bought 6 bags of litter the other day, and I need to scrub out all the litter boxes. They haven't been scrubbed in a little more than a month, which is longer than I'd like to go with them. And I need a good day to do that. And the weather has been just so like gray and rainy, and hopefully the weather will get better. So I might do that. Maybe I'll split that up. Maybe I'll do like half of them tomorrow, half of them the next day. I don't know. I really have to play it by ear and see what happens. I have so much stuff to catch up with, like just such a pile of stuff. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear. I was talking to somebody yesterday and I was telling them that it feels like I put my head down in April and then I picked it back up and here we are towards the end of May. I'm like, where did a whole month go? It's just gone. Okay, everyone enjoyed their meal. 4 clean plates. It's 10:45 a.m. and Splash and Simba are on the bed together. They're so cute. They're getting back into a routine. So I have to leave here in maybe like 15 minutes. Basically, as soon as I could get myself ready and together and leave, that's what I need to do. And I should be back in a couple hours. So I think I will just shut the door to keep the Lucky 7 and the OG4 separated while I'm out. It just makes it easier so I don't have any problems. They were together yesterday for the majority of the day. And I'll probably put Boo in his room unless he wants to come in here. I put a piece of paper on the bed and I shook the crunchy container and Boo came running in. It's actually some treats, not crunchies. So he'll stay in here for a while. He's happy on the paper. Okay, Boo, you good? Stella just came in also, so I guess all four want to be together today. It's 7 p.m. and I want to show you what's been going on here all day, but of course Boo's going to move because I have a camera on. I need like an invisible camera so Boo has no idea when I'm filming him because he knows when the camera's on, right Boo? What I wanted to show you was the fact that Boo and Simba have been laying on the bed together all day. Like every time I've come in here today, and they've always been like just laying with each other on the bed. And it has been so cute. Right now it's about 7 p.m. and I have to run to the supermarket. So I went to the poultry farm earlier and I bought a bunch of ingredients. I bought some turkey thighs, boneless turkey thighs. I bought chicken necks, I bought chicken hearts, I bought chicken livers. And I need to go to the supermarket and buy like chicken thighs or drumsticks and some boneless meat so I can make a batch of chicken-based food. I have enough ingredients to make a batch of turkey-based food, but I need to make them a batch of chicken-based food also. And if they have beef on sale, I'm also going to pick up some beef. And then the goal is tomorrow. And then the goal is that tomorrow I would make like 3 or 4 batches of cat food and pretty much fill up my little cat food freezer. So that's what I'm hoping on doing tomorrow. I was catching up with other work today and dealing with some phone calls and, you know, it's been a day. So I'm trying to get myself back on an earlier schedule. I'm hoping that we can everyone could go to bed earlier today. When I say earlier, I mean like before midnight. So here's Stella. I was just outside taking all of my plants out of the greenhouse because it is almost the end of May already and I haven't even had a chance to do that. I was barely watering them over the past month because I was so busy. And I'm happy that out of all the plants, I think maybe only 1 plant died from not being watered enough. So hopefully now that they're out of the greenhouse, and I took most of the greenhouse insulation down because it still had the winter insulation up, maybe they'll start doing better. I do need to spend more time in the yard and just like pulling weeds and going through like what I have in pots and just organizing and moving stuff around. So maybe sometime this week I can do that. I still need to scrub all the litter boxes also. Hey Splash! Good morning, Simba. Would you like some treats? You want some treats? See how smart Simba is? He knows the word treats. Some people say cats don't understand words. They understand words. And what is a word? A word is just a sound that is associated with a certain thing. Okay, Simba, that's enough treats? Okay, 2 more, then you're done, okay? 2 more. That's it. Here's Stella. Stella, would you like some treats? Sometimes Stella doesn't like these treats. Oh, okay, she's going to eat them. No, you're just going to lick them because you don't like them? Yeah, told you. Good morning, Stella. I got a really good night's sleep. And I need to get ready for my day. Then I'm going to feed the cats and I have to run out to a meeting. And then I'll be back. And then I need to make homemade cat food today. So my schedule is getting back to normal, but it's definitely not normal yet. But at least I'm done with that board of directors stuff for now. I'm still waiting for the formalities to work their way through the system. But I'm done. So it's back to just like my regular day job and working on videos and stuff around the house. And I have so much cleaning to do and yard work. It's crazy. But it does mean I have more time to do that stuff. So that's really good. It's about 1:20 p.m. I just got back from lunch and I'm getting ready to make homemade cat food, so I put on some more comfortable clothes. I had a meeting this morning. And here's Boo. He's laying with me on the bed. I laid down for like 5 minutes to relax. Boo came over. Look at Simba. Look, here's Simba. And there's Boo. And look at that. Look. Simba's feet are on Boo's feet. They're on his leg. And he doesn't seem to mind it. It's 3:40 p.m. and I just finished making homemade cat food. I have 24 meals for 11 cats. So the top shelf, I have 7 turkey-based meals. And the second shelf, I have 6 beef-based meals. The third shelf, I have 8 chicken-based meals. And on the bottom, I have 2 chicken-based meals and 1 meal that's half beef and half chicken. Here's Sammy. She's hanging out by the window in Boo's room. So if we do the math and we take 24 meals times 11 cats, that's 264 meals. If I was only feeding 1 cat, that would last for 132 days. But because I'm feeding 11 cats, it'll last for 12 days if they eat it for breakfast and dinner. But what I like to do is stretch it out by adding a little bit of commercial raw food for some breakfasts. And then like one day a week, they'll have some kind of canned fish, and that helps stretch the food. So instead of this food lasting only 12 days, it could potentially last 20 days or so. So I might do that, but the cats are gonna have some raw food for dinner today. Actually, I need to go take one of those containers out of the freezer. I think I'm gonna take the one out that's like half beef, half chicken, because I made a note on it to add like a hard-boiled egg and some sardines. So that way it'll be fresh in my memory, and that's what they'll have for dinner today, because they haven't had homemade raw food in quite a few days. And I need to put the air conditioning on. It is hot, guys. Here's Richard. He likes to lay on this day sofa. I just put the air conditioning on for the first time this year. It is 80 degrees in the house right now. So I set the thermostat to about 76 just to cool it down a little bit. I wasn't feeling hot at all until I got done making the food. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really hot. So I'm going to go around and close the windows. And this has been our summer routine because the house usually stays pretty cool until the late afternoon. And then all of a sudden, like, it heats up. So I only have to usually put the air conditioning on for a few hours, because then once the sun goes down, it gets cooler again. So that's what I'm going to do. Right now I could feel the air conditioning working, which is always nice. Look at this catnip patch. It is absolutely huge. The leaves are wilting a little bit just because it's so hot right now, and I definitely should come out and give them some water, but I still need to clean up the kitchen. But look at how big this catnip is. This is one of the fig trees that I took out of the greenhouse yesterday. This pot is full of more catnip, and I believe this pot has a salvia in it. This is a lavender tree that I got for my birthday last month, but I don't know, it's having a hard time adjusting to life on my patio. I was in the greenhouse for a little while. I hope it recovers. This pot survived the winter in my greenhouse, so these are geraniums, and then there's this other plant in here that I had. I don't know what you call it, but it has like pink leaves. These geraniums survived the winter in the greenhouse. What did not survive were the marigolds. I had marigolds in this pot also, so I'm just going to see how the plants do like this for the time being. This is my banana tree. It survived the winter. These are some new vegetable plants that I purchased at a store relatively close to where I get the poultry for the cats. There's like another little plant store or like a little nursery center down the road. So I got some tomatoes, some eggplants, some peppers, some cucumbers, and a watermelon. These are the other geraniums that survived the winter in the greenhouse. This is my Meyer lemon tree. This is another fig tree. This is my bay leaf tree or plant. I don't know exactly what you call it. These are some petunias. I think this is a begonia and I have to replant this into a bigger pot and then put this out front. This is my elderberry bush. These are some strawberries. This is some spearmint. I love how it smells. And then here on the right is my blackberry bush, and then here on the left is my hazelnut tree. I've never seen them this big and crazy before. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with them because they're kind of just like drooping over this little area of lawn here. I have to see if I could, I don't know if I can prune them or tie them up or what, but there's a lot of flowers on the blackberry bush. Last year was the first time I actually got blackberries, so I'm hoping to get some blackberries this year also. They were delicious. And these are my calibrachoas. They look like they barely survived the winter in the greenhouse, probably because they didn't get enough water. So I put them out here where I have them on my front steps. And I want to see if they can recover here and start just looking better than they have been. I really need to fertilize all of these plants. And here is my lavender. It's so much bigger this year than it was last year. I really didn't know if it would do well here, but it absolutely loves this location because it gets sunshine all day. And then to the right of it is some purple salvia, and that really should spread out more than it is right now. It was about half that size last year. And this is my bird bath, and somehow it got crooked, so I have to straighten it out and kind of level out the bottom of it. I think this is also purple salvia. I had red salvia last year too, but I don't know if that's going to come back this year. This was some yellow yarrow. I don't know if that's coming back. I mean, it's a bit of a mess right now, but I really haven't had any chance to, you know, tend to it or take care of it. So once I get caught up with more things, then I'm gonna definitely take some time to see what's going on in the yard. This is my crepe myrtle bush, and it's definitely bigger than it was last year. The problem with this is that the deer like to eat it. I didn't realize that the deer like to eat this when I planted it here, but I'm happy it's not like completely dead. So I'm gonna see how it does this year, if it gets bigger or if the deer are going to eat all the flowers. That's what they did last year. Anytime it started blooming, I would look and then the flowers would be gone, and it was because the deer ate them. So I used to have, I think it was like an ornamental plum tree here, but then it got a disease and I had to have it taken down. And there was a big stump under here, and then I had to have the stump removed. Like, they come and they grind up the stump. So I said, well, let me see if I could plant this. This is supposed to grow to, I don't know, like a 5 or 6 foot bush, and it's supposed to be like nice with red blooms. It hasn't gotten there yet, but it's lasted, I think it's about 2 years old right now. So at least I know it's not going to die in this location. It's 4 p.m. I'm going to clean up the kitchen, and then I'm going to see about scrubbing these litter boxes. Another thing that I need to do is I need to order new filters for all of the air purifiers, because I'm definitely noticing a difference, because every air purifier in the house has like a red light on that says I need a new filter. And with the air purifiers running, there's definitely less dustiness than without them running. It's 5 p.m. Here's Stella. And I took a little bit of a break. I cleaned up the kitchen and I had something to eat. And now I'm gonna clean the litter boxes, right, Stella? Because what I'm wearing kind of got splashed on when I was making the homemade cat food. So like what I'm wearing is already dirty. So I figure I might as well just clean the litter boxes, and then I'm gonna throw my clothes in the wash. Right, Stella? So it's 5 o'clock now. Usually it takes me about an hour and a half. So if I could be done by 7, I'd be really happy. Right, Stella? It's 5:07 p.m. It is really hot outside. So I have the first litter box soaking in the Dawn Power Wash, and I'm gonna clean up where it was, vacuum and sweep and wipe it down, and then I'll start working on the next one. So I know I have a total of 8 to do, so I just kind of keep track. I'm like, okay, 1 down and 7 more to go, and then I'll just do a countdown. This litter box is now nice and clean. I just put some litter in it, and I'm about to put it back in its furniture enclosure. But I wanted to talk about a way to make sure your litter boxes smell good, and that is to make sure that you are using enough litter. Now this applies to clumping clay litter. Here's Stella. When using clumping clay litter, it is important to make sure that there is enough litter in the litter box so that when a cat uses it, they're not pooping or peeing on the plastic litter box itself. Now, sometimes you can't help that if they're like too close to the back or the front, but for the majority of times that they use a litter box, I want to make sure that there's enough litter in here so that when they're digging in the litter, they're only pooping or peeing in the litter and not like on the bottom of the box or on the sides of the box. Because when they do their business like on the bottom of the box or the sides of the box, then that's when you're going to retain odor. If they do their business in the litter itself, then you scoop it out and that goes out and there's no odor involved at all. So some people like to complain and say, oh, you're using too much litter, you should use way less litter. The problem with using too little litter, especially with clay litter, is that then you end up with a stinky litter box. It's much easier to keep a litter box smelling clean and fresh when there's enough litter in the litter box. It is 7:30 p.m. and here's Stella, and I just got done. It took me a little bit longer than it normally would because I was just taking my time, doing things slow. I did a lot of cleanup also, so I wasn't just scrubbing the boxes, but I was really cleaning like where they stay, meaning this piece of furniture, I really cleaned out the inside, cleaned off the outside, as well as the area in Boo's room where I have 2 litter boxes, the area downstairs where I have the 4 litter boxes. Like I really scrubbed down the whole area, not just the litter boxes. So it took a little bit longer than expected. Here's Nancy. But I still have a ton of energy right now. So this morning I had some meetings and I had like work to do. Then I came home and I made more than 30 pounds of homemade cat food and I just scrubbed 8 litter boxes. So that's like a lot of work to be doing in one day, but I still have energy. So what I'm going to do is change my clothes, clean up a little bit, and then I'm actually going to go out and buy some more cat litter because I'm down to only like 1 bag and I always like to have several bags in case I can't get to the store when I need it. So since I still have a lot of energy and I have some time, I am going to go do that. I don't know, maybe I'll pick up dinner, maybe some more groceries. I don't know. I got to see what I could get done because it's already 7:30 and, stores close around 9. So I got to get moving with that. But I wanted to talk about endurance because after the past 4 weeks and going through Operation Exit, which is what I'm calling everything that I went through over the past 4 weeks, my endurance has reached like an entire new level, which I think is great. There's Boo on his paper. So when Ditto was sick and I was nursing him in Boo's room for 5 months and trying so hard to find some method of reversing his condition, or at least improving his condition, that was an endurance event for me. It was a lot of work taking care of 4 cats, a house, a job, a yard, all of that stuff, and Ditto at the same time. It was a lot of really long nights and some early mornings, but I made it through. Then when I had to TNR 7 cats in 1 month, that was another endurance event, especially because I was not releasing them back outside, but keeping them inside and training them. So that was a major endurance event. Then last fall, when I had 11 cats and a house full of fleas, that was an endurance event, which lasted probably like 2 months. And the last 4 weeks have been an incredibly intense endurance event. And I could honestly say that my endurance has greatly increased because of what I've gone through. And that is really a good thing that has come out of the situation. A few years ago, if I made 30-something pounds of cat food in one day, I'd be tired after that and I'd be like, okay, I gotta like sit down and I gotta relax for a little bit. And not too long ago, if I was scrubbing 8 litter boxes and cleaning them and where they were in the house, afterwards I would be like, okay, I'm I'm kind of tired and I got to relax for a little bit. But now I'm at the point where I can make 30 something pounds of homemade cat food, and then right after that scrub 8 litter boxes, and then still have enough energy to want to go run some errands. So I think it's phenomenal the way that I've been able to increase my endurance, not because I wanted to, but just as a side effect of situations that I've had to deal with. So here's Simba, here's Boo, Splash, here's Splash. I'm going to keep them in here while I go run some errands, and then when I get back, I'm going to let them out. It's just easier than having any fights while I'm away. And tomorrow, hopefully, I don't really have to go anywhere for the majority of the day or do anything like really big other than try to catch up on work, which involves sitting at my computer. So then the cats will have some more together time. Because if I'm home and just working from home, then I don't mind all the cats being together. It's just when I have to go out for a while, because I know I've been so busy recently that I don't need any extra incidents to deal with. That's why it's been the way it's been. It is 10:30 a.m. and Nancy is underneath the day sofa right now. And I have a carrier here because Nancy attacked Boo this morning for no reason at all. Boo was on the play rug. He was getting brushed. Nancy was looking out of the window, but when she saw Boo getting brushed, then all of a sudden she started howling at him and she started moving closer to him. And I was like, what's wrong with you, Nancy? So I started brushing Nancy. I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it's good because Boo's scent is on the brush. I'll brush Nancy with it and then I'll brush Boo with it. So I brushed Nancy for a little bit. Then I went to brush Boo again. And the howling escalated, and then Boo started like growling and hissing. And then the next thing I knew, Nancy jumped down onto the floor from the chair that she was standing on, and she went to attack Boo. Now, normally in the past, she would just ambush the other cats where she just like jumps toward them but doesn't really touch them. This time she touched them. She got a swipe in on him. Like I saw her paw touch his back. It wasn't like a terribly big fight because I was there right away to yell and break it up. And Boo ran off because, you know, he doesn't want to have fights with the other cats, which is good. But if he is provoked enough, he will retaliate. And that's what I have to keep in mind. So then I got mad at Nancy. I'm like, okay, Nancy, you're going downstairs. But she didn't run downstairs. She ran here into Boo's room. So then I shut the door and I was like, okay, you're in Boo's room by yourself. That's it. This is where you're staying today. This is your time out. And she started banging on the door. I was trying to get everyone fed for breakfast, and she's just banging, banging, banging on the door. So that is when I went downstairs and I got the carrier and I took it up here. And I'm like, okay, well, if Nancy does not behave, I'm literally going to put her in the carrier and we're going to go outside. And she could sit outside for a little while and think about whether she wants to live somewhere else or continue to live in this house. Because if she lives in this house, she has to behave and be nice to the other cats. And this is not something cruel to do because cats need to learn. And cats do learn. And for the OG4, timeouts have always worked with regards to teaching them new behaviors. The other thing I had to do for Boo for a while was put him in a harness. When Boo first came to live inside and he was attacking the other cats, I literally had to put him on a harness and a leash for a while to keep him from doing that. Now I have to find the harness and the leash. I have a few harnesses here and I have a leash somewhere. With all the busyness in my life recently, I don't know where those are, so I have to find them. Another thing I could do is put Nancy in her dress because that's going to limit her mobility a little bit, potentially not much, but we do know Nancy loves her princess dress, so maybe when she wears it, she will act more like a princess and not like a thug. So that's the situation right now. But we also have this, which is vomit. And this is from Simba because Simba gives me warning before he vomits. Simba lets out a warning howl saying, all right, everybody, I'm going to vomit, so I could figure out where he is. And thankfully, when he does that, then I can direct him to not vomit on like a rug or something. Now, I don't know how much food he ate for breakfast because today the cats had rabbit for breakfast. They haven't had that in, I don't know, 2 months or so. And last night when I went to buy cat litter, I also bought 2 bags of raw food. One was Primal Rabbit. The other one is the Stella and Chewy's chicken. And I figured, well, the cats haven't had rabbit for a while. I'm going to give them each 2 little Primal nuggets. That's what they had, 2 Primal nuggets. But it looked like he not only ate his, but ate part of someone else's. So now I have to clean that up. He actually vomited in 3 locations. I also fed the Lucky 7 downstairs. Nancy did not get her food yet. I did not bring it into her yet. And Boo did not want to eat. I knew one of the cats did not like the Primal nuggets. I couldn't remember if it was Stella or Boo. It ends up it was Boo, so I gave him some canned food, and he's not really interested in eating that, which is fine. He could have his dinner later, and he'll be fine. Here's Boo now with what is left of his breakfast. Boo's not happy because of the incident with Nancy this morning, so that's the situation. It's 11:30 a.m. and all the cats have settled down. So what happened was, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 minutes ago, Nancy was making a lot of noise in Boo's room, so I opened the door to see what was going on in there, and she flew out of that room so fast and just ran downstairs. So then I shut the door going downstairs, and I moved the carrier from Boo's room to downstairs, and all the cats had a chance to cool off. Boo eventually went in my room, so he's in there with Simba, and I shut the door. And all the other cats have just been walking around. And then maybe 10 minutes ago, I opened the door to downstairs. And I was like, if anyone wants to come up, they could come up. And so here's Nancy. She just ate what was left on this plate. Now, there's food downstairs. All the cats had the same meal, so I don't know why she's eating this food. 2 of the plates downstairs still have food on them. She could easily eat down there. It's 8:45 a.m. right now, and Nancy just came upstairs because she wants to be with the other cats. So yesterday she behaved. After her time in time out, she behaved the rest of the day. Look at this. She just went downstairs because she just wanted to see what was going on. And then she says, okay, I'll go back downstairs. There's Boo. I was going to show you him laying by the windows. That's where he was last night, but he sees the camera, then he has to move. And here's Stella. She's been luxuriating on my towels this morning. I got out of the shower a little while ago, and she just is like, I'm going to lay on these towels, and I am going to enjoy myself. Stella loves laying on my towels, and I did use her favorite soap today, which is the frankincense and myrrh from Zoom, and Stella just loves that scent. Here's Simba. He's on top of the armoire. Today is supposed to be hot and humid in the 80s again, but it's not supposed to be sunny. It's supposed to be like storms and rain. Right now, it's not raining, and it's quite cool out. It's a nice temperature. It's only about like 71 degrees, so hopefully it'll be a nice morning. No drama. It is 9:30 a.m., and Stella is still laying on my towel. I can't even make the bed. Oh, it sounds like someone's landscapers are here. Here's Boo. Hey, Boo. I just looked at the weather radar, and there is a big storm on the way, maybe 10-20 minutes away, so I'm going to go around and shut all the windows. For breakfast today, the cats are having Stella and Chewy's frozen chicken patties. I defrosted them overnight, and then they're topped with a little bit of freeze-dried chicken. I'm trying to get the cats fed before the storm hits. So now that they're eating, I'm going to go downstairs and feed the Lucky 7. It's gotten very dark out, and I could hear thunder in the distance. Oh, and I see a little bit of rain. It's actually starting to rain right now. I'm going to shut the back door and feed the Lucky 7 really fast. The Lucky 7 just had their breakfast, and look at Goldie. This has been her thing for the past few days. So that's one of the round cat beds from Sharon, and it's upside down, and it fell on the floor. I don't know who knocked it onto the floor. But Goldie has been laying on it like this for the past like 3 days. It's like her favorite spot right now. It's so funny. Meanwhile, it has gotten so dark outside that my outside lights have gone on, which is crazy. Move over, Sammy. I gotta close the door, okay? We gotta close the door. Come on. Come on, we gotta close the door. Yeah. Look how dark it is in Boo's room. I gotta shut this window. Gotta shut the window, Boo. Okay? Because it's raining. Hopefully it'll pass quickly, okay? Simba's under the bed. You know it's bad when Simba's under the bed. Splash is under the dining room table. I don't know where Stella is. Boo's in his room. Oh my gosh, it's just like sheets of rain coming down. Can you see that? It's like a monsoon. This is crazy. There's a gecko video on in the background. So yesterday I went through all my flower pots and I planted my new plants and I took everything out of the greenhouse, and I did that because I knew we were getting rain the next few days. I didn't think we were getting like a storm like this, but hopefully all the plants will do well in their new locations. It's 4:41 p.m. Look at what's going on here. That's Sammy and Richard. And Boo's in his room with the door shut. He also has his window open a few inches, so after the rain passed, I went around and I opened windows again because it was starting to get a bit hot in here. And it's only about 77 degrees out, but inside the house was hotter, so I was like, I'll open some windows and let some cooler air in, so that's what I did. Maybe they're smelling the air, but I don't know why they would be doing that because other windows are open. They could easily go to several other open windows. Maybe they have interest in Boo. Look at Richard. His nose is at the bottom of the door. I might have to leave here in about a half hour, and that's why I'm not opening the door right now. Because if I have to leave for a while, then I just don't need Boo to have any drama while I'm out. And here's Goldie, and I'm so proud of her because I had a talk with her earlier today, and I told her she could come upstairs. I said, Goldie, when the door's open, you could come upstairs. You don't have to stay downstairs. She spent the past few days downstairs on that cat bed, and I was like, Goldie, do you feel okay? And, you know, she felt okay because she was jumping around on cat towers downstairs and looking out the windows and everything. So it wasn't like she was lethargic or acting strange. I guess she just didn't want to come upstairs. But I told her, I said, you could come upstairs. You don't have to stay down here. And today she's been upstairs like most of the day. So it really pays to have conversations with your cats because they really understand. And here's Stella. She's underneath the kitchen table. This is one of the litter boxes from the Dollar Tree, but it's the perfect size for like a cat bed. And maybe it reminds Stella of the plastic Dollar Tree cat bed that she laid in when she first came inside. But it's been here under this kitchen chair, and for the past few days, it's been Stella's favorite spot. I don't know if it's a cool spot in the house for her or she's just really comfortable here, but she really, really likes laying here. And I keep forgetting that she likes this spot because I'll be like, where's Stella? And I'll look all over the house and I can't find her, and then she'll be here. And I just looked at the thermostat for the greenhouse right now, and it's 103 degrees in the greenhouse, so I have to go outside and open the door. I have some pink geraniums here, and I bought these for Grandma Farrell for Mother's Day. I just bought them yesterday, and yes, it's like almost 2 weeks after Mother's Day at this point, but we never really celebrated it this year because I was working so much. So probably this weekend we're going to do like Memorial Day and Mother's Day at the same time. So here are 3 pink geraniums that I picked up, and I thought they would look nice with these yellow calibrachoas, so I got these for her also. So that's why I want to make sure it's not too hot in here. Yesterday I planted these cucumbers. I don't know how well they're going to do in this pot, but we'll see. And I have some Italian eggplants. These are the ones that kind of look like fingers. I have some sweet Italian peppers. These are the eggplants, peppers, eggplants. These are the same cucumbers. They're like a cucumber bush variety, so they shouldn't be like long vines or anything. These are some grape tomatoes, like really small cherry tomatoes. This is a sweet bush watermelon. These are more of the sweet peppers. And then over here are a different variety of tomatoes, and these are supposed to be disease resistant, so hopefully they'll do good. I'm actually kind of shocked because they look much bigger than they did just yesterday evening when I planted them. All of these plants look much bigger than they did just yesterday evening when I planted them. It's kind of crazy. Like this one doesn't, but the rest of them do. Here's one more cucumber, another tomato plant, and another cucumber. I never have luck with cucumbers, so I always try something different every year. This year I'm trying them in these pots, and we're going to see how they do. And here on the left is some Moroccan mint. On the right is some rosemary. I put those in larger pots yesterday also. And on the left I have some basil, and on the right I have some parsley. And here's one more of those tomato plants. These tomato plants are supposed to be like medium-sized tomatoes. Like, I think it's like 5 to 8 ounces per tomato, a round globe shape. And here I have some lemon balm. I did not plant this. It smells so lemony, but it just started growing, so I was like, yeah, I'll keep it. There's some catnip. Good morning, Stella. It's 7:15 a.m. Here's Bowie's in his room. So I woke up at 5:30 this morning. For some reason, I've been waking up at 5:30 like every morning for like the past week. And normally what I'll do is I'll just like go back to sleep and then wake up at 7:30. But today I was like wide awake at 5:30. Well, first of all, it was like 80 degrees in the house. I was like, it is so hot. So I checked to see what the temperature was outside, and it was only 64 degrees outside. So I was like, wow, the house is really retaining heat, and the windows were slightly open all night. So what I did was I turned the attic fan on, and it started bringing all of the nice cool air into the house. And oh my gosh, it feels so good right now. So I just kind of scrolled through some YouTube videos, you know, as I was kind of like half trying to fall back asleep, and I looked at some messages and comments, and right now I'm gonna wake up because right now it's just such a beautiful day. Like right now the weather's perfect. I don't know what the rest of the day is gonna bring, but it just feels phenomenal right now. It feels like a perfect summer day. It's not even summer yet. Simba got a whole bunch of pets this morning, and he got some treats. Same for Boo. They both jumped on the bed. And here's Stella. And there's so much cat hair on this vomit blanket because it is shedding season right now that I definitely have to go over that with like a vacuum or a lint brush. I don't want to put this back in the laundry. It just came out of the laundry. I think I could get all the cat hair off of that in other ways. But what I would like to do is get ready for my day, get the cats fed, and then head out and run some errands because the local supermarket has cherries on sale for $2.49 a pound. It's like a special Memorial Day sale. I love cherries, so I want to get some of those. And then they have sweet corn on sale, like 8 for $2. And I also want to go to, there's like a local, it's like a nursery. They sell plants and stuff. So I want to go there because I usually get some nice plants there, like once or twice a year. I haven't even been there this year yet. So I'm trying to catch up with things. And as far as cat supplies go, I think I'm good. I still have a big bag of dry cat food I haven't even opened yet. And as far as cat supplies go, I think I'm good. I still have a big bag of dry cat food that I have not even opened yet. I probably could get some more of the canned cat food that the Lucky 7 like, but that would be out of my way today. The stores where I get that from, so maybe I would do that another day. I just stocked up on litter a few days ago, and I have a ton of homemade cat food. The only other thing I would do is maybe buy another bag or two of commercial raw, but I don't know, the cats really don't like it. They love the homemade raw so much better, so. But it is super convenient for me to have some of the commercial raw, so I don't know, I'll see. It's 9:30 a.m. I'm just about to go downstairs to feed the Lucky 7 their breakfast. You see Eva on the bottom of the stairs? She's splooting on the nice cool tile. And here's Nancy. Nancy's been on her best behavior since she was in timeout. Let's go downstairs, Sammy. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Richard. There's Ziggy and Sammy, and today I put a fresh sheet on the sofa down here. It's actually a sofa bed, because the 2 blankets and the sheet that were on it really needed to be put in the wash, and I just kept putting it off, and I was like, today I'm just going to do it. And all this stuff over here needs to be washed, and I'm going to be putting it away for the summer also, mostly the blanket, and maybe some of the cat beds. The cats don't really use these cat beds like they do in the winter. In the summer, they kind of like to lounge around and stretch out. So I'm going to put a sheet back over this little daybed thing. Because last fall, when we had the fleas, I had to take everything away and just put white sheets on everything, and that worked really good, and the cats really liked it. I still have a white sheet here on this part of the chair. Like, all this needs to go in the wash, and I'm going to cover all this with white sheets. It just keeps everything cool, and it really helps me see if like there's any specks, any fleas or anything. So far, no fleas. But I do have to be very conscious of it this year because it's already 71% humidity down here. Upstairs, it was like 67% humidity today. So I'm probably going to start running dehumidifiers soon also, just to try to keep it less humid than like it is right now. It's 12:42 p.m. and here's Nancy. I just got home from running some errands, and I walked in the door, and all of a sudden I heard like beeping noises, like beep, beep. And I'm like, what the heck is that? The first thing I thought was, did I leave some kind of timer on in the kitchen? But then I was like, no, I didn't use anything in the kitchen this morning, and there shouldn't be a timer on. So I walk into the kitchen, and then I realized the beeping's coming from downstairs. And then I went downstairs and I realized it was a smoke alarm. But I didn't know if it was a carbon monoxide alarm or a smoke alarm. Like, I just knew it was like one of those alarms on the ceiling. So I grabbed it off the ceiling really fast to try to shut it up, and it would not shut up. So I brought it upstairs near the back door, and finally it shut up. And here it is now. Now, this is a smoke alarm that I had problems with, I don't know, maybe like a year ago, maybe not even a year ago. And I believed it was defective based on how it was acting. And I actually reached out to the company, and they sent me a replacement smoke alarm. But by the time I got the replacement, this was like working normal again. So I didn't put the replacement back on the ceiling. So I'm thinking that maybe this is just being defective again, because this is where it was on the ceiling downstairs. And this is another smoke alarm, which is also a carbon monoxide alarm. And it's only like 2 feet away from where the alarm was that was going off. So I was like, what the heck is going on? Now, I just pressed the button on this and tested it, and it tested out fine. And both of these are right outside of my laundry room door. Now, I did do laundry this morning, so I checked in there and everything is fine. And here's Sammy, and poor Sammy was freaking out. When I got home, she was like running up and down the stairs to the basement. She was like, there's something wrong down there. You have to go and fix it. She's like, you have to stop this beeping noise. It was exactly like that. Like, all the other cats, I don't even know where they are, but she was like so concerned over it. Now, I did look around to check for the cats, and the cats are all fine. So hopefully it's not like a carbon monoxide situation. But if it was, I do have other carbon monoxide detectors in this house. So I have multiple smoke detectors and multiple carbon monoxide detectors. And I would think if there's a problem, like another one would be going off, especially the one that was right near that one. So that's what makes me think it's just a defective unit, especially because they did send me a replacement because that model is known to be defective. But I don't need this kind of excitement today. I just need a nice, not stressful day. One of the issues with smoke alarms, such as this one, is that if they get dusty inside, then that can set them off. And where I have this located, it's not too far away from the litter boxes that I have downstairs. And I do need to order new filters for all of the air purifiers. I was supposed to do that 2 days ago, and time just keeps getting away from me. So I need to do that today. I'm gonna put away my groceries. I just went and bought some groceries, and then I'm gonna try to order those things. But I have to be out of here. I have to be out of here in about 45 minutes because I do have a 2 o'clock meeting. My meeting from yesterday was rescheduled for today. So after that meeting, then I should not have to go anywhere. I mean, over the weekend, I'll probably visit Grandma and Grandpa because it's a holiday weekend. But other than that, I just want to spend a lot of time relaxing at home and continuing to clean up at home since I've been, so busy working. Like, a lot of things have just been neglected. I just sat down and ate some of these beautiful cherries that I got on sale today, and I ordered the air purifier filters. I got 3 of them, so that's 1 for every filter in the house. Really excited. They'll be here tomorrow morning. It's 1:15 p.m. Look at what's going on in here. There's Splash, Simba, and Stella. They're all laying on the bed. I just put the air conditioning on, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago, and they're all enjoying some nice, cool air. I could feel it from where I'm standing right now. So that's good. I just checked on Boo, and Boo is hanging out by the windows in his room. He gets a nice air conditioning breeze in there also. And yeah, everyone's doing well. It's 11:30 a.m. and here's Stella. She's on my bed. Hey, Stella. I reminded her of her job. That's just to make sure everyone gets along while I'm away. Simba is underneath the bed, and I checked on him to make sure he's fine. He's all stretched out because it is quite warm right now. I reset the thermostat to 78 degrees while I'm out. Like right now, it's 79, almost 78 in the house, and it feels really good. And like, it's not like the cats are going to be doing heavy labor or anything, so 78 should be fine for them. There's Boo. He's hanging out by the window in his room. So all the feeders have been set, and I'm not putting too much food in their feeders. Like, they're getting like 2 tablespoons of crunchies in their main feeder. They're also getting some Shebas for dinner, which are currently frozen. They will defrost by the time they have them for dinner. And then in their smaller snack feeder, they're getting 1 tablespoon of crunchies, and the snack feeder goes off between the main feeder. So the main feeder feeds them at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And then the snack feeder will go off at 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. Here's Splash. He's on his favorite dining room chair. Maybe he thinks the Lucky 7 are coming upstairs, but they're going to stay downstairs for the next day or so. Here's their automatic feeder. I tested it out this morning and also last night to make sure it's working. At 11 a.m. it dispensed 1 cup of food. It splits a half cup on each side of these trays. So that's good. The next feeding will be at 7 p.m. and that'll be 2 cups of food, and that's like 1 cup per each tray. Now, they have already been eating out of this feeder, and I put an extra bowl of water out for them. This is their breakfast. So when they see the feeder is like ready to dispense food, it ends up that they don't want to eat the regular food. So, I mean, it looks like a few people nibbled at it, but 4 of those plates look like they have not been touched. So I'm just going to leave these here. We have not been having ant issues down here recently since I put the new ant bait out. So hopefully they should eat these by the end of the day today, and hopefully there won't be any ant issues. I think that is Sammy in the window. It looks like her tail. The dehumidifier is on right now, and I definitely noticed a difference with it on. It'll shut itself off once it gets down to 50% humidity down here, which, I don't know, it should be relatively soon. And then, as it goes above 50% humidity, it should bring it back down. Once it fills up, it just shuts off, and I expect it to be completely off and full when I get back. Right now it's showing 55% humidity, so hopefully it'll bring it down to 50 soon, click itself off, and then just maintain that. Here's little Eva, and I don't know where anyone else is. The other cats are all hiding. Richard, Nancy, Ringo, and Goldie. I don't know where they are, but I know they're down here somewhere. So I'm just gonna let them be. I have 2 of the USB lamps on. They're on a timer, so they'll shut off like around 10 p.m. So the cats are not like lit up all night. And I'm using the USB lamps because I don't trust the cats with like regular light bulbs in case a lamp gets knocked over. If these lamps get knocked over, it's fine. But I don't want like a real lamp getting knocked over down here. I should also mention that yesterday I put new filters in every air purifier in the house. So that's 3 of them, and they're all running great. This one has a night light on it, which I have on. So that's good. Also, I got this new litter box from Home Goods the other day. It was only $19.99. It is super large. I can't believe how big it is. But it's a covered litter box. I actually have the top open right now, see? So it has like a flap top. So the top can actually close, and then there's a flap in the front here. But I don't know if the cats would use it like that. So right now I have it propped all the way open. They've been using it. I scooped it out this morning, and I'm really surprised at how large of a litter box it is. But I do really like the fact that not only does it have tall sides, but it has like a cover on top. So if you're near Home Goods and if you're looking for something like that, definitely look for it because, you know, they have things and then they don't have things. So right now, the Home Goods that I went to, they had these. Okay, Boo, you got your job, right? Your job's to look out the windows, okay? So you look out the windows while I'm away. Let me know who's in the yard, what they're doing, okay? If you see anything strange in the yard, you let me know, okay, Bo? Okay, make sure everyone gets along too. It is 9:20 p.m. I just got home. Here's Stella. Hey, Stella. Here's Splash. Look what they did with their toy. See their toy over there? Yeah, someone was playing with it. These are their automatic feeders, and it looks like the cats have been eating out of them, which is good. That's what I want. Here's Boo, who was just in my room. He got some pets. I'm in the process of walking around the house, seeing if there's any vomit. So far, I haven't seen any, but I still have a few more rooms to go. This is Boo's room. Last time I came home, there's vomit right here. This is the runner near the window in Boo's room. Look how much cat hair is on this. I really have to clean that off and put this in the laundry, but I'll do that tomorrow. And here's Simba. And Simba did really good because I have not found any vomit. Good job, Simba. Good job, Simba. So I had a very long talk with Simba before I left. And I explained to him that there's plenty of food in the feeders and he doesn't have to like hurry up and eat it. And that there's lots of little meals. There were little meals in the snack feeder, like a tablespoon of crunchies in each portion. And in the regular feeders, it was 2 tablespoons of crunchies. So they could space out their meals. They don't have to gorge on anything. And I told him to eat slow. I said, Simba, eat slow, okay? There's plenty of food. When I come back, there's plenty of food. So you don't have to worry about eating fast. Good job, Simba. You did really good. I'm very proud of you, Simba. Very proud of you, Simba. Let's see what's going on down here. So the feeder has been working. Look at all of those crunchies. I just pushed the crunchies out more into the trays and I put the feeder on pause because they would normally feed them a little bit more at 11. But I think this is a good indication that the amounts that the feeder feeds is enough for the cats. So this was their last feeding, which would have been a few hours ago at 7 p.m., which would have been 1 cup for each tray. And I'm not happy about this. So this is their breakfast from yesterday. I thought they would eventually go and eat it. Well, they did. So they finished 2 of the plates and ate a little bit more from some of the plates, but there's still more food here than there should be. So I'm going to clean this up. Hey, Sammy, how are you? How you doing, Sammy? Here's the sofa with the sheet on it, and there's a lot of cat hair on it, but thankfully I don't see any bugs on it. Here's Nancy, and there's Ziggy. There's Sammy. One of the things that I did today on the way home was a little bit of shopping, because now that it's summer, even though summer hasn't officially started yet, like once Memorial Day rolls around, it's officially summer season. all of the white and light colored clothing is in stores. And last year, when I had the flea infestation last fall, I got really lucky to find a few pieces of white colored clothing in the stores because it was like after season. So this year, I was like, I'm definitely getting more white clothing. So it was really cool. So I got some white shorts and white capris and white jeans. There's Goldie. And I got some light colored workout pants and some tops, and I'm just really happy that I was able to find stuff, and now I am prepared for flea season. And I'm going to try to avoid flea season this year by wearing the light colored clothing so that I will be able to see anything that's on me before I walk into the house. Since I know last year that whenever I walked into my yard, I would get fleas on me, and then I'd basically just bring them into the house because it was such a rainy and wet summer last year. So this year I am ready, and we are going to try to avoid that. The dehumidifier was full, so I just emptied the bucket, and it was on 85% humidity. Right now it's on 80% humidity. That's really humid, but it is raining today. It's really rainy outside. Thankfully, it stopped raining when I was unloading the car, but it's still really humid, so I'm putting this back on. I just put the toy on for the cats, and I am going to scoop litter boxes, give everyone fresh water, unpack everything, and then maybe relax a little bit tonight. It is 8:35 a.m. and here's Simba. And I am really mad right now. So I kept getting woken up in the middle of the night by Simba. He was headbutting my face. And then by Stella. And they kept waking me up because they wanted snacks. Right? And I didn't think anything of it. So I just gave them a few snacks, like a few treats. And then I went back to sleep. Well, I just got up this morning. And I went over to the bathroom to put my contact lenses in and take a shower. And I just looked in the mirror. And I have a huge scratch down the left side of my face. Like down the left cheek. And I know it's from Simba. I know it's from Simba because he was the only one with his paws near my face because he was headbutting me. Then he was like poking me with his paws. I had no idea that he scratched me. Absolutely no idea that he scratched me. But now I have like a giant scratch. We're talking like the entire length of my cheek from like below my eye to right above my chin. Boo was the only good boy. He was the only good boy because he was by the window in his room, smelling air, looking outside, doing his job. And the cats got squeeze-ups last night. I gave them squeeze-ups as a snack before we went to bed. And I figured, why would I need to give them crunchies? Because they had crunchies in their feeder. And they're going to have a good breakfast today. So they might lose bedroom privileges at night because of this. Right, Boo? Here's Stella. I just opened up a window for her. And here's Splash. And something else that I noticed yesterday is I have multiple canker sores inside my mouth. And my mouth has been pretty sore lately. And now I have canker sores. And I know it's from the stress that I was going through over the past month when I was working nonstop. And also from the crappy food that I've been eating. So today I'm going back on a healthy diet, like no more convenience foods, no more fast foods, no more restaurant foods, nothing. It's almost 11 a.m. and here's Stella. She's laying on her box. I put her in Boo's room to see if she wanted to spend the day with Boo, but she doesn't want to do that, so that's fine. She could be here. I am in the process of cleaning all of the automatic feeders. I'm just going down the row. I started with the ones in Boo's room, and now I'm working on these. I'm taking the trays out, washing them out, drying them, putting them back, and then I'm putting them back on the shelf in Boo's room. Here's Boo. The cats all had breakfast already. They're having homemade beef. They love it. The OG4 cleaned their plates. And I fed the Lucky 7, and Richard does not want to come out and eat. He was underneath Boo's old daybed downstairs. And when I lifted up the blankets to see what he was doing, he was hissing at me. And he was acting really weird. I was like, "What's the matter, Richard? You don't know who I am?" But then I thought, well, maybe he doesn't feel good. Because, when cats don't feel good, sometimes they'll, want to hide. I should also mention that I did flea comb the cats this morning. They all got brushed and flea combed. Every cat that would let me brush or flea comb them got brushed or flea combed. It's 11:15 a.m. and there's Richard. He just ran upstairs. He seems to be acting normal now, so maybe he was just a little freaked out because I was away for a day and a half. You all right, Richard? You okay? Meanwhile, look at what's going on down here. So they had the same food that the OG4 had this morning, which is the homemade beef. And one plate is clean. It looks like maybe a few plates were nibbled on. Maybe one other plate was nibbled on, but there's full plates here. So I'm not happy about that. But it could be because they've just been eating a lot of crunchies for the past few days. But if they don't eat their breakfast and then they don't eat their dinner, well, they're not getting any snacks tonight at all. So they have this. They could come back and eat it. And thankfully, the ants are under control down here right now. So they haven't been coming after the food or anything. That new ant bait that I've been putting down seems to be working. But I'm not happy about this. I pay good money for this food and I spend my time making it. So if I have to only feed them once a day because they're not eating breakfast, then that's what I might have to do. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I put all the plates on the platter and 4 of them look like they have not even been touched. So it is 8:33 p.m. and I just harvested some catnip leaves for the Lucky 7. I'm going to wash these off, make sure there are no bugs on them. And then the Lucky 7 are going to have these as a treat tonight. I'll give them each a leaf to play with. It's 7:15 a.m. and here's Simba. And I just got up because Simba woke me up. He was headbutting me and poking me in the face. Now, after what happened yesterday, when I woke up and I saw a big scratch on the side of my face, what I did was I shut my bedroom door when I went to bed last night. And I made sure Simba was not in my room. Now, when I went to bed last night, Stella was in my room. Stella was laying on the bed right where Simba is right now. And then Stella moved toward where I was laying, toward the pillows, because I was watching a video on my iPad, and Stella got pets. And then Stella moved back here to this corner of the bed. And then that's where Stella went to sleep last night. When I went to sleep last night, with the door shut. So how the heck did I wake up this morning with Simba in the room instead of Stella? There are 2 possible explanations. One, maybe Simba was underneath the bed when I shut the door, but I'm 100% positive he was in the dining room. Because that's where he was last night. The cats had snacks. Simba was in the dining room. He was in a cat tower in the dining room. So I don't understand how he could have been hiding in the bed with Stella on top of the bed. The second possibility is that these cats are shapeshifters or something. How the heck is Simba in my room? I specifically shut the door last night so he would not be in the room. My second question is, where's Stella? Simba, how did you get in the room? How did you get in this room? I know I did not wake up in the middle of the night and open the door at any point because I'm tired. Like, I slept so good last night. I still need like another hour of sleep. But I'm not going to go back to sleep. I'm just going to tough it out. Oh my gosh, guys. Look who it is. It's Stella. So Simba was hiding out in the room last night when I went to bed. How did you get in here last night, Simba? I'm going to have to look at security camera footage. But at least I know I'm not losing my mind because here's Stella. So what I did to get Simba to stop bothering me was I gave him some treats. Now, I thought when I gave him treats that Stella would hear that and come out, like if she was in the room, but she didn't do that. So that's why I'm like, something's wrong. It's 7:55 a.m. See what's going on outside? There's this tabby cat that I've been seeing in my yard recently. It does have a clipped ear, so somebody TNR'd it. I'm assuming the people at the other end of the street. It was just drinking some water out of this bowl, so I bought this new stainless steel bowl from Costco the other day. We have a business Costco here, not a regular Costco, but like a business center. They have a lot of restaurant supply stuff in there. So I got this because it's the same size as the one that I have on the side of my house. There goes the cat. I think this is the same one that I've been seeing, although this one looks much skinnier than the one that I've been seeing. This is the heated water bowl that I need to put away for the summer. I take this out in the winter because I could plug it in and it's heated. Here's Boo. So I've been seeing this tabby cat around my yard recently, and I think this is the one, but now I'm starting to second guess myself because the one that I've been seeing I don't think was that thin. Like, this one's pretty thin. I mean, I see this one and I'm like, I might have to put some food out for it, but I don't want to put food out for it because I already have 11 cats. I might contact the people down the street and see if they're putting food out. And we also have to remember that it's summer now. Well, you know, it'll be summer in a few weeks. So outside cats get thin in the summertime. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's 8 a.m. I just walked past Boo's room and he looked like he was in a hunting crouch by the window. But I just looked outside. I don't see anything. One of the things I did last night was I pulled out some of the catnip because I noticed it was growing so much it was blocking the window that the Lucky Seven like to look out of, the window downstairs. So I pulled out some of the catnip. I'm actually thinking about pulling all of the catnip out because even this part of the catnip blocks the window downstairs. And the catnip is so big that when I was pulling it out, like, some of it just came out with the roots and all, so I could always replant it somewhere else if I wanted to. Right, Boo? Right, Boo? We could replant it, maybe put it in a pot, but we have catnip growing in other pots, or at least we did before I planted all of the vegetable plants. The other day I got this bird feeder on clearance. It's like a little picnic table for birds, and see all that bird seed on the floor? Well, that was in this bird feeder. And I don't know what happened the other day, but a squirrel came and knocked the whole thing over. And the reason why I have that piece of metal next to it is because I have a security camera right there. I wanted to mount the security camera on the bird feeder and get some really cool videos for the cats that way. But this setup doesn't work. I need to keep the camera just a little bit farther away. Right now it's too close and you don't see the full bird. You only see like the bottom 2/3 of the bird. So I need to figure out a better way to mount the camera. Boo wants me to open the window, so I just opened it for him. He likes it when I open it really wide like this. He gets a really good smell of the air. It's a really nice cool breeze right now. I'm gonna open the other window for Simba and Stella and Splash, and then start getting ready for my day. When the Lucky Seven come upstairs, I don't keep the windows this open unless I could like actively supervise them. So I'll usually close them so they're only open a few inches. It is 11 a.m. and look at what's going on here. That's Nancy on top of the cat tower. I forgot to shut the window. I mean, there's a screen up there, but you see how wide open that window is? I'm not going to leave it like that when I leave. I have to run some errands in a little while. So Boo's in his room just to, not have problems. There was an altercation between Boo and Nancy this morning. And I don't think it escalated into a fight because I just happened to come across it while it was happening. She's watching bugs. I think there's some bees outside. There's Splash. She's on top of the armoire today. And Simba is on the dining room chair that Splash usually likes to lay on. Stella is underneath the kitchen table. She likes to lay in like a little plastic bed there. And Boo's by the window in his room. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today. Only around 78 degrees. So what I'm trying to do now is to get a lot of like work done, computer work. Then I'm going to go out, try to run some errands early today so that there's no traffic or anything. And then come back and try to edit a video, get work done, and actually get this house much cleaner than it is right now. Because I'd really like to just enjoy the weekend instead of having to spend it like cleaning the house. So I'm just going to try to really get a lot of stuff done today. Between now and like 9 p.m., I'm just going to be in go mode. Beautiful breeze right now coming through the window. I don't mind Nancy just, looking outside, enjoying the breeze. I don't want anyone clawing at the screen. This window does not have like a pet-proof screen. What I've learned is that the thicker pet-proof screens are really hard to film through. So like some of the windows, I can't like film through like I used to be able to. The screen that's in here now is just like a normal screen. It's like a really old screen. And it's really easy to film videos through it. But with the newer, thicker screens, it's much harder. Here's Richard. I put a toy on for him. He was playing for a while. The other day, I picked up these cat scratchers at Marshall's. They were only $3.99, which is probably the cheapest I've ever seen these. I used to get these at Five Below, and they were like $5. But for $3.99, that's an even better price to me. That's like what these should be. I'm not going to pay $12 for one of these, which is what I've seen these go for. I've seen these being sold for like $9.99, $12.99. They're literally just cardboard. So $3.99 is a good price for these. I think it's a fair price for these. So I bought 2 more of these. I really should replace the one that's in Boo's room and probably even put one of these downstairs. But I'll get to that within like the next week or so. Right now, I'm just going to put these away because I'm still trying to, put stuff away, organize and clean the house. But I wanted to let you know about these because these are a really great deal. It is 10:22 a.m. and here's Stella. How you doing, Stella? Stella got lots of pets this morning. And here's Boo. Boo's been looking out of his window. He's been spending a lot of time at night looking out of his window. Let me tell you what I saw last night. So yesterday I recharged the security cameras that I have like around the patio area and on the side of the house. And I was looking at the footage to see, what's going on at night. And I saw a cat that I've not seen before. It was an all black cat. And it was extremely pregnant, like a very big pregnant belly. No mistaking it at all. Not just an overall fat cat, very, very obvious pregnant belly. So I've never seen the cat before. It was the first time I saw it. Maybe it only comes around at night. Then today I asked my neighbors down the street about it, like if they've noticed it walking around, and the woman that responded to me said she did not know about the cat. And she said that she's been feeding 3 cats at her feeding station most nights. There's a gray tabby, an orange tabby, and she mentioned a 3rd cat. So I think she's feeding the skinny gray tabby that I see with the clipped ear, because she's also still TNRing the cats. I think she said that one of the cats she's feeding, she has not been able to trap yet. So I'm going to assume that the skinny gray tabby that I've been seeing with the clipped ear is one that she has trapped. So at least now she knows about the pregnant black cat. It's on her radar. Hopefully she'll be able to trap it, and they'll be able to deal with it. So it's her and her next door neighbor, like another woman. So there's like 2 women at the other end of the block. And, you know, if they're really happy doing that, if, you know, that's a mission for them, I'll be more than happy to let them do that, because, you know, I have 11 cats and I have a YouTube channel, I have a full-time job, and I have a house that needs to be cleaned and organized, and my hands are completely full right now. So that's where things stand. It's almost 11 a.m. I'm downstairs with the lucky 7. They just got brushed and combed. Well, the 4 of them that I can brush and comb. And Nancy is having an eye issue. It reminds me very much of the eye issue that Richard had. Like, I don't know, maybe it was a few months ago at this point. Here's Nancy underneath the rebounder. And it is her right eye. And it's very teary. And she's kind of keeping it like half closed. I could see her third eyelid a little bit. To me, it does not look like an infection because I don't really see a lot of swelling. It looks like she might have gotten like hit in the eye or something like that, like, which is what I assumed happened to Richard. But with Nancy, I'm not really seeing the different pupil size. Like with Richard, his pupils were different sizes. I don't really notice that with Nancy, but it just might be because it's too early or I didn't get a really good look at it. So when I saw Nancy earlier this morning, she did not have that problem. Like, it has seemed to have come on very suddenly. So that's why I think either she got smacked in the eye or she has something in her eye. But anyway, I am going to be keeping a good eye on her. I'm going to be watching her. She's going to be under observation. She did eat some treats this morning. She let me comb her. She let me brush her. She got a lot of pets. So she seems to be in good spirits otherwise. But we do know that with Richard, when he had the eye issue, he wasn't feeling well. He just kind of wanted to be left alone. So I'm just gonna, let her be today. Let her do her thing. Maybe she'll just stay down here all day. But I did get my supplement out that I gave Richard. This is standard process feline immune system support. So Boo's been getting these several times a week in his food because Boo is FIV positive, and this is what the vet gave for Boo. So I'm going to give one of these to Nancy. I don't know if she'll eat it on her own. I might have to crush it up and put it in her food, but maybe she doesn't want to eat. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in like a little treat for her or something. And then this is another supplement that I give to the OG4. They get this a few times a week also. This is Propolis Immune Support. It's a spray. It's actually like a mouth spray for people. It says daily throat spray. But what I do is I spray this on their food, and it's supposed to be good for their mouth health. And as you can see, it just says general immune support. So that's why I've been giving it to them. So maybe I'd be able to give this to Nancy. I don't know. I'm going to see if she'll eat one of these as a treat, because sometimes cats will do that. And if not, I'm going to see if I could crush it up into like a churro. Maybe she'll eat it that way. Nancy didn't want to eat it like a treat. So what I did was I took a green churro, put a little bit on this plate, and then I crushed up the supplement and I put it on half of the churro, and then I covered it with the other half of the churro. I gave it to Nancy under the rebounder. She went back under here. She's been smelling it, but she doesn't want to eat it. Now, any of the other cats can eat this. It's not a problem. It's really just like it's kind of like a vitamin. There's Nancy on top of the cat tower. So she's not feeling too bad because she's not like hiding. And the fact that she jumped to the top of the cat tower, I mean, that's a good sign. So I'm just going to give the cats their breakfast. If she wants to eat, she could eat. I'll give them all some of the immune spray. And yeah. Hopefully she'll just rest today and heal her eye. Here's Nancy. She's all curled up on the couch. This is new behavior for her. This is not what she usually does at meal times. So I know she's not feeling well. I'll put some food near her in case she wants to eat some, but I don't think she wants to. Nancy, would you like to eat some food? You want to eat some food, Nancy? No? You don't want any? Okay, I'll put it aside for you. It is 11:50 a.m. and I opened the door to upstairs a while ago, and I've been outside watering plants. And this is Nancy. So she's relaxing in this bed on this ottoman, which is fine. Nancy can do whatever she wants. And I'm happy if she just does this all day and just relaxes and rests her eye and heals herself. That would be wonderful. But I am keeping an eye on her. Yes, Amy. This is what's going on with their breakfast. So they had homemade beef today. And the upstairs cats thoroughly enjoyed it. They ate every bit of food on their plates. And then these guys down here, I don't know, they don't eat it right away. They're not really breakfast eaters. So I should definitely start cutting back on the amount of food that I give them. I've been giving the cats like all the same amount of food. I think I just might give these guys like maybe half of what I normally give them. Because if they're not going to eat this food and I end up throwing it away, it's just a waste. Sometimes they do go back and eat it though, so we'll see what today brings. And there's poor little Nancy. Hopefully she'll just sleep today. Maybe I'll turn the light off down here. I just turned the light off so it'll be even more relaxing. There's still light down here during the day. It's just not like, you know, brighter with the overhead lights on. It is 12:40 now. Just came inside and here's Nancy. So she must be feeling a little bit better. She came upstairs. That's Nancy's foot. She's underneath the coffee table. She loves it under there. Here's Richard. So I was able to get in contact with the woman down the street. I don't know if I mentioned this already. And she says that she has not seen the black cat that is pregnant yet. She's going to keep an eye out for it. And, you know, she told me to do the same because we obviously don't need a bunch of baby cats running around like a litter out in the wild. It would definitely be preferable to be able to trap the mother cat before she has a litter than like after she has the litter. It's just, you know, easier just to get her when she's still pregnant. So hopefully she'll make her way down to the other end of the street. Since I know they're feeding the cats down there and they're actively TNRing them, I am not going to put any food out for her because I want her to go down there. Hopefully they'll put out some really stinky food. Right now, I'm still trying to get a video edited. I was editing it pretty much all afternoon and evening yesterday, and I'm trying to finish it today. It's taking quite a bit longer than I thought it would. It's 1:51 p.m. and I've been editing the vlog video where I break this chain of responsibilities with regards to the volunteer work I've been doing. And I realized that I left this one link of the chain unbroken. And I finished everything I needed to do probably a few weeks ago at this point. I don't remember exactly when. Let's just say it was maybe 2 weeks ago. And I'm still connected to it. Like the final steps, like the bureaucratic part of it has not been completed. So what I'm going to do is I am going to break this link because I think maybe this is symbolically holding me to the situation and I want to be completely free of it. So I'm going to break this link and then maybe things will change and maybe within the next few days or within the next week, I'll then be just completely free of it. So that's what I'm going to do now. The link is broken. The chain is gone. It's 3:28 p.m. I'm sitting at the dining room table still editing a video. And this is Nancy. She just jumped into the top of this cat tower. I didn't see her eye, but maybe she's feeling better. I don't want to scare her. How you doing, Nancy? She's still keeping that eye partially closed, but maybe she's feeling a little bit better. How you doing, Nancy? You okay? You okay? You gonna relax? You gonna be a good girl, relax today, okay? Okay, you relax, okay? Her eye's still bothering her. Okay, you relax, Nancy. Fire truck just went by. Okay, you relax. Another fire truck just went by. What's going on, Nancy? You okay? You relax? Okay? You right? You good? Did you eat any breakfast? Did you eat your breakfast? I have their dinner defrosting. They're gonna have chicken. Homemade raw chicken. Okay? Okay, go relax. This has to be cleaned. There is so much cat hair on this, it's crazy. Okay, you relax. Lay down. Lay down, Nancy. Lay down and relax, okay? Lay down and relax. Lay down and relax. I'm trying to see if her eye is swollen, but it doesn't look swollen. Okay, lay down. Relax. Relax, Nancy. Are you looking for someone to cause trouble with? You're not feeling bad anymore. It looks like Nancy's feeling a whole lot better because she's looking for trouble. It is almost 1 a.m. There's Nancy. She's right here. Just walked up the stairs. So her eye is not like 100% better, but I would say it's maybe 40 or 50% better than it was earlier today. She just had a bowl of crunchies. She didn't want to eat like the food that I gave the cats for dinner. I also opened up a can of food to give the cats for a snack. She didn't want that, but she ate crunchies, so that's good. Because it means she has an appetite. For some reason, she's a little skittish today. And also she has not been meowing at the door at all. So, you know, I know she's not feeling good because usually when she feels good, she meows at the door a lot. She wants to go upstairs. And she's happy downstairs. I think she wants some more food right now. There's still some dinner on the plates, but I'll give Nancy some crunchies because she's been behaving. And this is little Eva. Hello, little Eva. Nancy, you want more crunchies? Ziggy, you want crunchies? Ziggy and Ringo wanted crunchies. I put some crunchies on top of like the food that was left on the plate, so they actually did eat a little bit more than was here before. So I'm going to give Nancy some more crunchies though. I just shut most of the lights off and there's Nancy. She's laying on this round mat from Sharon. And hopefully she'll sleep through the night and get good rest, and hopefully her eye will look better tomorrow. We'll have to see. I mean, it's still very, very irritated, so I'm hoping it gets better. But she's not as cooperative as Richard was, so we'll see how it goes. It is 9:10 a.m. and here's Nancy. I just opened the door and she was hanging out here with Sammy. Now her eye does look better than it did yesterday. Boo's here. Be careful, Boo. But it is cloudy. And be careful. Don't get in any fights with each other. But you could see, look, she's getting feisty again. So she's feeling more like herself. What's going on with her eye does remind me of what happened with Richard's eye. But she is still under observation. I mean, it's definitely an improvement from yesterday. I don't know if, like, her eye is scratched or what, but you know, she's blinking it more. But I didn't want to like wake her up or anything. I'm going to keep an eye on it today. We'll see how it does tomorrow. If it still looks good tomorrow, then we're progressing in a good direction. But if I do have to take her to a vet, I will try to do that. Like right now it's the weekend, so we would have to go to like an emergency room. But like obviously it would be better if I would just take her to like the normal vet we go to. I'm going to see if I could get some... No, you're not coming up yet, Nancy, okay? I don't want any problems. I'm going to see if I could get some supplements into her. I just did some research, and it appears that Nancy possibly has an abrasion on her cornea, which would make sense, and I think that's what Richard had. So I just gave her one of those immune supplements. She doesn't want to eat it as a treat. She didn't want to eat it in food yesterday, so I'm going to try the liquid immunity booster and see if she'll take that in like a squeeze up or something. But she's definitely acting more like herself today already. So we're just going to see how it goes. The suggested course of treatment would be to put like antibiotics in her eye. And I did have like antibiotics for Stella that time. She had an eye injury, but she wouldn't let me put it in her eye. And she was able to heal fine. So we're going to keep an eye on Nancy and just keep her under strict observation. This is the little immunity supplement that I tried giving her that she didn't want to eat. But I have to say, somebody ate it yesterday. The one that I put on the floor for Nancy yesterday, Nancy did not eat it, but someone else ate it. Here's Nancy. She jumped to the top of the cat tower, and she's definitely being much more of her usual self today. I put a little bowl of a few crunchies near her. I also chopped up that supplement and I mixed it in with the crunchies, so hopefully she'll eat it. She's a little bit suspicious because she's like, none of the other cats have anything to eat right now. But I have like homemade raw food defrosting that they're going to have for breakfast. I just got up, so I'm going to jump in the shower, get ready for my day, and then everyone's going to have their breakfast. Right, Nancy? It is 10:55 a.m. and here's Stella. Hey, Stella. See, this is a problem that I have when I try to film the cats. Every time I turn the camera on, they want to rub up against me or get pets, and it just ruins the shot. So it makes it a little bit difficult. Because then if I back away so you can get a better view of Stella or whatever cat I'm filming, they usually like to continue to move. Okay, you're going to lay here. Oh, you want the toy? Want this toy? This is from the Smarty Cat toy. I have to put this back on. It unscrews. So what I need to do is get myself back onto a routine with the cats, with the house, with the cat food, like with everything. Because for the past 2 months, I've been completely off of a routine or schedule. Because for the past 2 months, April and May, I've been completely off of a routine or a schedule, and it's been making things much more challenging. So back in April, the house was painted. That was like a week of upheaval for the cats. And, you know, for me, it caused my entire schedule to be off. And then the landscapers, you know, started their year and they mulched the house. And it was just a lot of things off schedule there also. And then before I knew it, I was thrown into what I've been referring to as like Operation Exit or Project Exit, which was just 4 weeks of nonstop working and just everything as far as a routine or schedule went out the window. And now that I still am trying to get back to normalcy after that, I definitely need to put some kind of, you know, routine and schedule back into place. With the cats, I had them on a weekly meal plan, which was working out so good. And then I had everything else on like a routine as far as like litter boxes and water bowls and playtime and, you know, cleaning stuff and rotating stuff as far as, you know, like blankets and beds and that kind of stuff. So I definitely need to get back to that, and I need to put like a new routine together that I could use for the summer, because I do have to adjust it for like the seasons and my work schedule. So now that summer's here, I definitely need to get back up to speed with things with the house and the cats. And I like to be on a schedule or routine because it almost like automates everything. The more things that I don't have to think about, like if I know, okay, well, this routine works, I'd rather just, like stick with that. So that's what I need to do. I need to give some thought to that today. Yesterday, I did not leave home at all. Like I went outside, but that was the extent of leaving home. It was so nice. I just spent the day here editing videos and cleaning things and just getting some things done around the house. So that was really nice. Today, I don't have to go anywhere. I really want today to be more of a day of rest. Of course, there's things I need to do. I need to do a little bit of work on my computer. I definitely need to do just like a lot of paperwork and mail that has just been piling up. I need to go through like that kind of stuff and just organize stuff. But that's something I could do while I'm, semi-relaxing. I just opened the window wider for Boo. Boo's in his room with the window open. I'm going to shut the door because I'm going to open the door so the Lucky Seven can come upstairs. Now, they've been mingling with Stella, Splash, and Simba. There haven't been any issues there. Well, there was one issue the other day with Simba and with Richard. Simba was walking down the hallway. Richard was in the living room, and Richard ambushed Simba. And then Simba ran into the dining room and got in a tuffle with Sammy. So that was the only issue. Other than that, it's been fine. But now with Nancy's eye, I don't need problems with her and Boo. So Boo's happy here. I'm just going to shut the door and he'll stay in here today. And then later I'll open the door. It's 11:10 a.m. Look at this. I just walked into the room to get my iPad and look at this. That's Splash and Simba. I don't know what they're doing. They're sharing a bed on top of the armoire. There's the other bed next to them. But I guess Splash wants to share a bed with Simba. I just pushed the other bed over. Maybe it was like half falling off. But do you see these two guys? Splash and Simba. But do you see these two guys? So that's Simba and Splash on top of the armoire. Brothers. Stella's sons. And I was in a store the other day. I don't remember if it was Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or Home Goods. One of those. And I saw something that reminded me so much of these two cats. Let me show you what it was. It was Marshall's. Look at this bag. Look at this bag and tell me this does not remind you of Simba and Splash. So, of course, I had to buy it, and Grandma Farrell's birthday is coming up, so this is what she's getting her birthday presents in. This bag. She's getting some presents from the cats. That's Ziggy. Ziggy's checking it out. But to me, this just totally reminded me of Simba and Splash. And I was thinking of taking a Sharpie and, like, drawing on Splash's nose, but I don't want to ruin it. And this is one of the things that I got in Marshall's for the cats. They've really been having some good cat supplies recently. This is a Smarty Cat paw perch, and you're supposed to be able to connect it to like a windowsill, and then the cats can use this as a perch on a window. And the instructions on here show you how to assemble it, and then it comes with a sticky pad on it, an adhesive pad, and the adhesive is what sticks it to the windowsill. So I thought that was interesting, although when I looked at the window that I want to put this on, I don't know if the adhesive is going to work, because this is the window that I want to put it on, and that is Nancy on top of the cat tower. So every time I look at this cat tower and I know there's multiple cats that want to go on top of the cat tower to be near the windows, I always think like maybe I could put like a shelf like below the rest of the window. So when I saw these cat shelves, I bought two of them because I thought I would be able to put like next to each other, next to the cat tower. But what I realized is that the windowsill on this window is very narrow. It's not like a typical wider windowsill. So I don't know if that perch is going to work. I'm going to have to take one apart and see if that adhesive strip can be moved. If I can move the adhesive strip, then maybe it would work. But I'm still concerned that maybe it's not going to get enough... like it's just not going to be enough to hold it there. But then I was thinking like maybe I could just like screw part of it into the wall. So, I mean, we'll see. I could always return it if it doesn't end up working out. That's the nice thing about like Marshalls. You could return things within 30 days. It is 7 p.m. and here's Nancy. She's been a really good girl. She's been on top of this cat tower for quite a while and the window's like wide open. So she's been behaving herself. I was outside for a while. She was watching me when I was just cleaning stuff around the patio. And her eye seems to be doing better. Sometimes I look at her and I don't even notice anything's wrong with it. I did let Boo out of his room for a little while, but then Nancy immediately had eyes for him. And I realized, you know what, I don't need the two of them getting into like a little cat fight because her eye is still healing. So he happily went back to his room. There's Ziggy. She's so happy in that second level of this cat tower. And there's Splash. Splash is on top of the armoire. I don't know where Simba is. Here's Richard. It's a bit warm in the house right now, but it's supposed to cool off soon, so I'm not putting any air on. It's probably like 82 in the house. Here's Boo. He was just by the window, and, you know, when he sees me with the camera, he jumps down. Hey, Boo. So I am just about to go downstairs and do some laundry for the cats. I've been getting a lot of stuff done this afternoon. Well, I spent the first part of the day just really relaxing, and that was awesome. Probably till, I don't know, like around 3 o'clock. And then I've just been getting stuff done that I just haven't felt like doing recently. So I'm making good progress today. And sometimes you just really need just to relax for a long time, and then you get your energy back. So I feel like that's what's going on. So what I want to do downstairs is take everything off the furniture and then find the white sheets that I had on the furniture, like last fall with the flea situation. And I want to put white sheets on everything because as we're getting into bug season, I just want to be able to see everything. And Boo wants to remind me that I need to do the same thing here for his day sofa. It still has like these winter blankets on it, so after I do downstairs, then I'll figure out what I have for here. Good morning, Boo. It's about 9:30 a.m. and the cats just got brushed and combed, and they're just about to have their breakfast. We're having canned food today because I forgot to defrost raw food. Right, Boo? Here's Nancy and here's Richard. Nancy's eye is open today. It looks a little bit better than yesterday, so we're moving in the right direction, which is good. I still have to be careful to make sure she's not going to get into any fights with any of the older cats. See? So it's not squinty, like she's holding it open. It still looks like, you know, it's not 100% back to normal. You hungry, Richard? So here's Nancy and Sammy, and Nancy's acting more of her usual self. Hey, Nancy. So one thing I noticed over the past 2 days when she wasn't feeling good is that she was noticeably quieter. She was not meowing nearly as much as she normally does, and she was not demanding at all. Like normally she'll just like meow by the door, howl if she wants something, and she was definitely much quieter. Hey, Richard. Hey, Richard. These two lovebirds. Don't fall, Nancy. Don't fall, Nancy. You'll roll down the stairs. Hey, Richard. Can you see her eye still, like, a little bit, like, it has a little cloudiness on it? Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. You guys want breakfast? Want breakfast? You want to eat breakfast? You're eating breakfast, Nancy? Can you see her eye? I mean, there's, like, you can see there's, like, a bit of an abrasion on it. Okay, come on. Let's go. So yesterday, everyone enjoyed their dinner. They had homemade cat food. It was chicken-based food with a hard-boiled egg in it. So that was good. These are some of the sheets that I put on the furniture yesterday. Here's the sheet on the sofa. And here's the sheet on Boo's old daybed. There's little Eva on it. There's Goldie. Hello, Richard. How are you? Everyone has to get brushed and combed today, okay? Everyone upstairs got brushed and combed, so we all got to get brushed and combed down here too. Okay? Good job? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go, guys. So what I've noticed with Nancy's eye is that sometimes when I look at her, it looks completely normal. And then when I look at her from like a different angle, then you could really, see that it's still quite red and inflamed a little bit. So observation continues. As long as she keeps moving in a positive direction and things keep getting better, then we're good. One of the main concerns with any kind of like eye issue, scratch on the eye or anything like that is an infection setting in. So thankfully, I don't notice that. Like, it's definitely not tearing, like it's not oozy or tearing like it was, and it's not swollen. She does still, blink it more than she normally does with her other eye, but I think overall, things are getting better. Right, Richard? I got 2 cats waiting to be brushed. Nancy says she's next. Okay, Nancy. See, if she wasn't feeling good, she wouldn't be letting me do this. Good job, Nancy. You're a good girl, Nancy. It is 2:45 p.m. and I put my umbrella up today. And I'm really happy about that. Small progress every day. I just tied up the blackberry bush, I guess that's what you call it, and part of the hazelnut. So I have like, I don't know what you call those things. It's like a plant holder, like a shepherd's hook. There's one there and I moved one here, and then I just put some string from one to the other. And right now it's working good. It's holding the blackberry canes up, and as long as the landscapers can get under here, that's really good. And then I also took out that big patch of catnip that was here. It was just getting way too big. The cats are having a hard time seeing out of the window. There's still part of the root here next to the solar panel like post. So it will come back, like more catnip will grow, but it was just too unwieldy. It's 2:53 p.m. You saw who was just up by the window with Simba, right? So I just came in the room to shut the window because I'm putting the air conditioning on. I'm like, I can't believe what I just saw. So when I went over to the window, Boo jumped up here because Boo was laying on the floor. Simba was laying underneath the day sofa. So Boo was here, Simba was here. And Simba head-butted Boo, and Boo accepted it. Normally in the past, whenever any other cat in this house has tried to headbutt Boo, like he attacks them, like, he goes on the defensive. He did not do that. Simba headbutted Boo, and Boo accepted it, and then he kissed Simba, like he smelled Simba, like nose to nose. I just put air on, okay? I just put air on, Boo. Right? There you go. Put air on. Oh, look how nice. God. Oh my God. Guys, you missed it. Holy crap. Guys. Holy crap. I am in such shock right now. You have no idea. You have no idea. Like, I'm so excited. I mean, just this morning, I was telling Boo and Stella that they're going to be 9 years old this month. I mean, that's their estimated birth date. I know that Splash and Simba were born like around the end of April, early May in 2016. So they turned 8 this year. And I know that Stella and Boo were probably almost a year old, around a year old. But I think they have the personality of a Gemini. So I always think that their birthday is in like June. So I was telling them today that I'm like, you guys are going to be 9 years old. It only took how many years for Boo to accept a headbutt from another cat and not think that the other cat was going to attack him. That is such massive progress. You have no idea.
Well, I'm so proud of you, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. You finally got a headbutt. I'm so proud of you, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. You finally got a headbutt. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. You finally got a headbutt. I'm so proud of you, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. You finally got a headbutt. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. And you didn't attack the other cat. You didn't try to give him a smack. You didn't give a growl or hiss. Instead, you gave him a kiss. So you finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. I'm so proud of you, Boo. You finally got a headbutt. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. You finally got a headbutt, Boo. Yeah, you finally got a headbutt, Boo.
It's 4 p.m. and here's Nancy. She's resting in this cat tower. She looks like she's doing well. I just wrote a song about Boo's headbutt. And then I produced it. I didn't finish remixing it though. I'm just really happy with how it came out so far. And then I think I'm going to turn this vlog into a musical. Here's Richard. He wants me to put the toy on, so I'm going to put the toy on for him. It's 4:20 p.m. and I wanted to show you what's going on in here. I came in here to get a power bank because I need to plug something in that I don't have an outlet for. And Boo was laying here and Simba's here. They were laying right next to each other by the windows. There's a bromance going on. Good boy, Boo. You're such a good boy today. Boo, you're such a good boy today. And Simba's a good boy today, right, Boo? There's Boo and there's Simba. And Boo's laying right here. Who's laying right next to Simba. That's so nice. That's so nice. My two nice boys. My two nice boys in the room, right? Right, Boo? Okay, good job, Boo. Good job, Boo. It is 8 a.m. And I'm going downstairs to put the lights on and put the toys on and videos on for the cats. And here's Nancy. She's hanging out here near the door. Now, Nancy has started hanging out by the door again, but what she has not been doing is meowing and howling by the door. But I got a really good look at her eye this morning, and it's showing definite improvement from like yesterday. I mean, drastic improvement from a few days ago, but even definite improvement from yesterday. It's much clearer. I can still see like a little spot on it, but like there was like much more red on it, like even yesterday. And she's definitely not squinting it as much. So there you can see it's almost back to normal. Almost, not 100% yet, but it's getting there. It's still a little irritated, you can tell by, she's blinking it more, but otherwise it's looking very good. Okay, good, Nancy? Good morning, Sammy. See? There's like a spot on it. Hopefully that'll heal. Okay. Okay, Ziggy. Good morning, Sammy. Good morning, Ziggy. They're gonna have homemade raw chicken for breakfast today. I have probably, 5 or 6 days of homemade raw food in the freezer. So I'm kind of like debating as to when I go get more ingredients to make more. Maybe I'll go like on Friday. I can't go on the weekend because it just gets too busy there. Like it's a completely different experience if I go there on the weekend versus during the week. During the week, it's like a normal shopping experience. On a weekend, it's crazy. It's just way more crowded. They have to set up like booths outside, and like it's a complete different system to get an order. So I'd much rather go during the week. I'm talking about the local poultry farm where I get them, like turkey and chicken. I do get some ingredients at a local supermarket also. Hey, Ziggy. I mean, I could probably even push it off until next week because, they do have like fish day where they have canned fish. So maybe I gotta go see. I gotta count what they have. All right, guys, are you gonna let me go downstairs? You gonna let me go downstairs? Everyone wants a ton of pets today. I don't know why. Good morning, Richard. So I just had an idea, and I was looking at all their empty plates from last night, and I just realized that, like, if they're not going to eat all their breakfast, if, let's say, they're only eating half of the food that I put out over the course of the day, instead of, like, throwing half of it out, what I might start doing is giving them, like, half of a breakfast, and then if they eat it, they could get more. But if they don't eat it, then I'll just save the other half. And what I'll do is I'll give it to them at night after they eat their dinner, because sometimes they're still hungry and then they want like some canned food or dry food. And then I'll just give them what was left over from their breakfast. I think that would be better. So I might try that today. Right, Richard? Good morning. Good morning, Sammy. This has been Sammy's favorite spot recently, this corner of the couch. I just charged up this toy overnight. They love this toy. And I love the fact that it's rechargeable, that I don't have to keep buying batteries to put in it. I'm definitely going to be looking for more and more like rechargeable cat toys. I'm playing with the cats and look at Boo. Look at Boo. He's in a semi-sploot. Look at his back legs. They're not fully splooted, but they're like halfway splooted. And this is how he likes to play with this toy. See what he does? He just lays on it. That's how he plays with it. Because then the thing can't go around anymore. Oh, see? Look. All right, now he moved. Boo is very self-conscious of the camera. He knows what I'm talking about him, too. How you doing, Boo? Boo, you're so cute. Now we're stuck. We're stuck on the rug. I gotta be careful when Boo chews on feathers like that, because I'm always afraid his tooth is gonna come out. So I let him play with it, but I don't like him like chewing on them like that. Here comes Simba. Simba, you want to play? It's 11:30 a.m. I just opened this Smarty Cat paw perch, and this is not going to fit on the windowsill that I wanted to use it on, because this is the adhesive strip, and then you have like this much space. Well, the windowsill that I want to use it on only has this much space. Like, it's a really narrow windowsill, so this is not going to work. This would work on a windowsill like in my dining room or living room, but I don't want to put this there because I already have cat towers there, and the cat towers have scratchers on the bottom, and I think it's better for me to have the scratchers on the bottom than just a perch. It is 6:33 p.m. Here's Goldie. She looks so cute. I guess she wants me to put this toy on for her, although I know if I go and I put it on, she'll like back away. I just turned off the AC, so I noticed we're having a problem with the AC unit over the past few days. Like, I'll set the thermostat and then I'll turn it on, and then it never brings the temperature down. It feels cooler in the house, but I guess that's just because air is moving around. It's naturally cooler downstairs, and maybe what it's doing is circulating the air from downstairs up here. Maybe that's why it feels cooler, because it does feel cooler, but the temperature is not going down. And I know it's not a thermostat issue because I have another thermometer right on top of the thermostat, and there's another thermometer in the kitchen, and all of them say the same thing. They all say it's like 82, 83 degrees in the house right now, even though it doesn't feel like that. So yesterday when I got back in the evening, the AC compressor that's outside, there's Richard. The AC compressor that was outside was making such loud noise. I thought one of the neighbors were using like a power tool or something. But then when I realized it was the AC unit, I ran inside and I turned it off, and I was like, okay, something's definitely wrong with it. So today I called the service company that the previous homeowners used. They left some information here, and that company wants $200 just to come here and tell me what's wrong. And if there's nothing wrong, they still want the $200 just to come here. And if they need to repair something, the $200 does not count toward the repair. The cost of the repair is in addition to the $200. So I was like, okay, I don't think that's very fair. So no, thank you. So then I called the plumbing company that I've been using like so long, like since before I even lived here. And I spoke to the woman there. She was very nice. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll have the boss call you back, meaning like the owner of the company, the head guy there. And he never called me back. And that's a problem I've been having with him recently, is that they're just like really unreliable. They used to be super reliable, but lately they're not at all. So I don't know what's going on there. So then I did some research and I finally found like another local company that got like good recommendations. So I called them up. They were super nice on the phone, and they're charging $185 to come out and diagnose the issue, but then that gets deducted from whatever work they do. So that's much better, because if they end up doing like, $500 worth of repairs, then the 185 comes out of that. It's not like 500 plus the 200 like the other company wanted to do. It's such a pain in the butt having to find service companies for like anything. I mean, to find a good company is really difficult, because even other people that say, oh yeah, it's a great company, like the first company that I mentioned, has really good reviews. People are like, oh yeah, they're great. People like have no concept of what good is. And that's the problem. Like a lot of people, they just have no concept what like a good company is. So that's why it's really hard to find good service. Anyway, he's supposed to be here tomorrow sometime between noon and 2 p.m. So hopefully he'll be able to diagnose the issue. And I'm hoping it's not a situation where I'm going to have the entire thing replaced. Fingers crossed, it's just maybe like Freon needs to be recharged or something. Look at Goldie. Here's Richard. He's on top of this cat tower. I could open the windows now because I was just outside. And here's Boo and Simba. And it is now cooler outside than it is in the house, even though I've had the AC on since 4 p.m. So I've had the AC running for 2.5 hours, and now it's cooler outside than it is in the house. So I just opened the window for Boo. Here's Nancy. Hello, Nancy. You tired? You tired? How you feeling? She said she's not 100% back to normal yet. Her eye's still bothering her a little bit. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to open the window a little bit for you, okay? You can relax. She's more like herself behavior-wise, but like she's still not nearly as vocal as she was previously. So I know she's still not feeling well. Look who I just found. It's Splash. He's here on his favorite dining room chair. How you doing, Splashy? It's almost 8 p.m. and I walked in here and I saw this. And this is Ziggy. And I can tell by the way she's looking out the back door that she sees something very interesting to her. I can tell by the way she's looking that there's most likely a cat outside. Do you see this? There's a cat on one of the patio chairs. So I put the cushions on the patio chairs a few days ago, maybe a week ago. And I was outside earlier today and I was watering all the flower pots, and I hosed off the chairs, I hosed off the table because there's been a lot of pollen in the air. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder if any of these cats I see like going through the yard are going to end up sitting on the chairs, because Hydrox used to love sitting on these chair cushions. Sure enough, be careful what you think about, because now there's a cat. I think it's the skinny tabby, because I saw the skinny tabby near my front yard today, like on the side of the house. And that was like a location that like Ditto and Hydrox used to enjoy hanging out at. And when it saw me, it just like walked away. So it's very skittish. Normally, if like it's in the yard and I go outside, it runs. But it's making itself comfortable on this chair. And Ziggy's watching it. Let's see what Ziggy sees. So this is what she sees. She sees a cat taking a bath on the chair. And this is the skinny tabby. This is the tabby cat. Look at this. He's sleeping. Or she is sleeping. I don't know if it's a he or she. Well, they're very comfortable.
There's a skinny tabby on the patio. I don't know who it is. A skinny tabby on the patio. First time I'm seeing this. It made itself comfortable on a patio chair. And now it's so comfortable that it's sleeping there. There's a skinny tabby on the patio. I know it has no home. A skinny tabby on the patio, out there all on its own. It was trapped, neutered, returned with a clip on its ear. And I don't know how long it will be sleeping here. There's a skinny tabby on the patio, a feral or a stray. Skinny tabby on the patio, it will soon run away. It will leave when I walk out the door later tonight. Until then, I'll let it sleep and wish it a good night. There's a skinny tabby on the patio, a feral or a stray. A skinny tabby on the patio, it will soon run away.